correct?
Yeah, well, it's yes, it's comprehensive. But in terms of basically we're able to remarket. So if someone comes to your website, we're able to take their information, and then when they leave the website, whether they sent us a lead or not, whether they called or not, we're able to follow them wherever they go, basically for as long as we want. So like if you you leave let's say you're shopping for a pair of Nike sneakers, you go on Nike.com, you leave them in the shopping cart, and then you go on Instagram later, you're going to get an Adidas ad also, but then you're also going to get a Nike ad, and they're going to follow you until for whatever they feel like you're going to make a decision to buy sneakers.
Okay.
And this applies to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and Google and YouTube, basically. So like within the Google display network, there's 2 million websites that we also can follow them.
Okay, and how would that present itself to the customer, through a carousel?
Well, yeah, we're the creative leaders, so we can do like testimonial videos, we can do brand videos, I can do car for car remarketing. So like when they look at a specific unit, we follow them with that car. That's like just one strategic, I think implementation that is foundational, because obviously people are, when they're looking at a specific car, they're most likely in that range, right? So we want to be with them with that unit. It's technical how it happens, but basically we load the inventory into Facebook real time, and Facebook owns Instagram, so that happens there, and then we load the inventory into Google as well, and that's also basically real time. So then now the inventory is auto fed as it enters into the dealership, and then when the people are looking on our website, because we have connected our inventory into Google and into Facebook, we are able to, like, whoever looks at what specific unit on our website, on that page, we follow them with that specific car. And then we're also able to take all the lead lists and load them into Facebook and Google also, and then we can also remarket our CRM list.
So we would be able to remarket to all old leads that we have.
Yeah.
And how would that be done? Is there something is that, through email marketing? Can we send like text campaigns to everyone?
Yes, email marketing and text marketing is separate, and we do that, and it's part of the outline of basically what we will be able to assist in executing and consulting, kind of like the optimization and the improvement and execution of it. But in regards to CRM remarketing, it's actually I'm taking their emails, loading it into Facebook, and now that information is we can remarket them on social media as well. So that's like it's functionally the same like remarketing system, right? So it's an ad, and again, we choose the ad, right? That's not car for car, because they weren't like, if it's a lead, they're not on the website necessarily, because it's coming from a lead provider sometimes. But like testimonial videos, like I do professional video production. So let's say leadership agrees to do a one-time video production, we come in, we capture 4 or 5 nice testimonials if you guys are doing deliveries that day, and team leadership, right? Like talking about the highlight points of the values of the business, and all the niceties that you guys go through with your customers, basically to get them to come in and buy. And we can capture that on video, and then we can just rotate, right? Like we don't want to exhaust the same ad to our audience, so we can have 4 or 5 10 different creatives as this develops.
And you would be able to provide the content, like you would come and shoot that and then edit it, or is that something that we could
are you looking at my screen now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, yeah. So like, for example, here's that's the wrong one. So here's one example of video that I produced for a Nissan store. Is there sound on?
Parents may have bought their cars here and they bring their children.
The one thing that stands out in my mind as far as what Lynn's has done for the community is just the ability that you can go to a place that and you're familiar with and you trust. Most people will realize once they start to do business here, is that it's not the typical encounter that you would have with a car dealership.
Okay.
There's literally no pressure. And
okay. So yeah, I mean, I can obviously share, a bunch of other samples, but you know, it's nice, right? It's like clean, you know, professional production. And then, you know, really try to focus on the testimonials. So like if we can capture, you know, the people talking about their experiences, it's great. Like an example, quick one.
My husband and I have a Subaru. We enjoy it. It's a Crosstrek that we bought last year, and we've really been enjoying it. And I'm here today to have Lynn Subaru service it. They're friendly and close to our home, and we're happy to have a nice relationship with them.
You know, so over time, right? Like if we have, you know, month one, we capture 5, and then we get into the flow of taking them selfie style, because that's, you know, the new trending like TikTok Reels, Instagram version where it's, you know, the phone is just like, you know, being held, and we can edit those type of videos as well. And just have like a nice mix of content. But, you know, the point is, right, like it's not when you post just anything to social media organically, there's no, like, it's so busy, you're not going to reach the audiences. This is not organic social media. This is utilizing the technology of social media and data, like tracking from our website, to be able to literally interrupt our prospects, you know, social feeds with our ads because they were on our website or because we have their information from a lead.
So then in the back end, you would also be able to facilitate in targeting ads.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, yes, so just
Like if we want to target a specific car this month, we're able to, you know, use that information from Facebook, and you'd be able on the back end to create a campaign for that.
yes, yes, we can target into specific cars as well. You know, like it's pretty much unlimited, right? Like the creativity, you know, it's right, it's testable. Like the thing that I know works is, and you know, just from like a data perspective, right, I kind of put this together, right, as basic, because Henry and I discussed, like, you guys are, you know, averaging, let's just say 2,000 leads per month, right? You know, as far as I understand, there's 4 BDC reps. Like, we don't have the time in the day to be able to follow everybody up, right? And Lifeline is, you know, multi-month, right? And we lose the leads after a certain period of time, and we just are missing it. Here, like, you know, that's 12,000 leads that we can remarket specifically because we have their information, or, you know, even longer period of time. And what you're not getting is the website visitors that are coming in, and if they're not inquiring, they're leaving. And that's a much bigger audience, right? Like over 6 months, that's 60,000 prospects that have been on your website. And I'm estimating the 10,000. I'm just, because of the lead count, I'm thinking it's probably along the lines there. If you guys want to share what the Google Analytics is saying. But what I will tell you, like, if we look at your Google Analytics right now, my hypothesis is that the website visitors are not coming from social media. And what will happen is, basically, as soon as we launch, all of a sudden we're going to get website visitors from social media coming back, and, you know, and from Google, right, and from YouTube and from Google Display Network, because we've uploaded our inventory and we're tracking everybody, and we're going to be showing our ads to those people, and when they click them, they're now coming back to our site, and we're not depending on, you know, just human effort like you guys do. This is like a completely complementary system to the BDC and the sales department. There's no friction, right? This is meant to just be a complete, you know, total supplement to make your lives easier, and to bring back the prospects that are in the market that are warm and undecided, because they're going to see our ad once every 3 days, basically, like on average, approximately speaking. It's every 3 to 4 days. Each one of our prospects from the website and each one of our leads is going to see our ad, you know, we're like whatever platform they go on. So if you're a user of Facebook and you go on Facebook, that's where you'll get the ad. If you're a user of YouTube, that's where you get the ad. If you're a user of TikTok, if Instagram, or, you know, you're reading an article, or, like, you know, we can remarket in your Gmail. Like, I'm sure you've seen a bunch of different places where you get ads for things that you shop for. And basically we just create, you know, this web of exponential outreach, but it's not random. It's specific to your current investment. Like, you've already invested in, you know, you've already invested the money, right? Henry said it's 20,000, 2,000 leads, right? It's cost per leads, approximately, let's say $100. We're making the investment and we have the data. We don't really need more leads right now based on the volume, in my opinion. We need to maximize, what we have inside of our CRM system, because, the lifeline of a lead is most likely here. And I guarantee we'll find deals, if we start mass emailing old lists past 90 days. And this is just from my experience with other dealers. Up to 6-9 months, people are coming back that were just forgotten and they didn't buy. And from an email outreach and a volume SMS outreach, we're bringing people back. And and in regards to the remarketing system, they're going to be coming back every single day because they're seeing your ad, right? Like, it's a bunch of people, and it's just going to be this like new flow of website visitors that we've never had before, basically, like from a coming back perspective. And it will create an uptick in business, and it will be I think a rewarding outcome for everyone involved.
Okay, so then your ad specifically, once the customer sees that, they're getting retargeted back to the website?
Yes. Mhm. So there's multiple things you could do, right? Like you can, if they're CRM leads, we already have their information to call and text them. So we want to bring them back to the website again to re-engage them. We wouldn't do a lead ad. On website visitors, there is an option to remarket like right on Facebook, just to get the lead from them in Facebook. And then that's just like a lead generation ad on Facebook. You can also we also do cold lead ads on Facebook and on Google, basically for different dealer, like it's possible to generate leads from there. From Facebook, if you're just going cold and you're not like remarketing and it's just a cold ad, basically to just, it's a targeted audience, but it's still cold. The leads are not great. So that, I would say until we optimize everything internally that's available, like squeeze, everything out of the lemon that we have, then there's opportunities to come up with some new, there are definitely other things that are available to do to generate more once like our systems are 100% optimal and everybody's, confident in what's happening. So does it make sense in terms of like systematic website visitor, where they're getting the ads and how they're getting the ads, and then the same thing with the CRM system? Like, we're taking the data out of the CRM and we're plugging it into Facebook and Google, and now we're remarketing that audience. Is technically, does that like make sense?
No, it does make sense on the back end, because there are a lot of customers that we're just not able to reach to. But my only thing is, are we generating more customers, or are we just focusing on what we have already in our database?
Well, website visitors are in a way in your database, but they're not in your CRM system, right? So like those are prospects that you didn't get leads from, and it's a higher quantity than the CRM system on its own. So we will be using that set of prospects that are warm and that we know they're in the car market. This is, again, that's 60,000. Here's the website visitors per month, right? If you have 10,000 month 1, month 2, another 10, and month 3, another 10. Now we have 30,000 people that we can work with in a remarketing campaign. We don't have their leads. So we're going to extract more leads from them. Plus we're going to work the current leads that we have. And we can take, a data pool of not 3 months, 6 months for remarketing. And, that will generate more leads, right? Like these prospects are on the market. They just haven't inquired to you because for whatever reason, like the first time, obviously you're getting 10,000 website visitors. If we look at your website right now, in terms of Google Analytics, like I could show you, how many leads you're getting from your website versus from basically from the lead providers. Do you ever get
a little bit more on how we would then target those website visitors? So I understand the retargeting for what's already in our database. That's easy. We have that information. But for our website specifically, then how would we retarget that on the back end?
Well, I mean, that's what we do. That's what we specialize in doing. From a technical perspective, it's, we put in a Facebook pixel, it's specific codes that go on the back of the website, and then we connect it in Facebook, and then we create ads that specifically drive to a custom audience, which is the website visitors. We can also create custom audiences of people who have engaged on just Instagram, for example, or just on Facebook. And those are different, sets of people that may have never been to your website or never inquired, but they've been on your social media, and we can also remarket that way. But in terms of like the technical execution of how it's logistically done, that's how it's done. We right now you don't have the code on your website. Like, so this is right here, it's called the Facebook Pixel. There's no code. So what we do is we install the code, and then we start picking up all that data. Right now you have you have the Google Analytics. Well, you have a Google Tag Manager. I don't yeah, like a green one looks okay. The Google Analytics looks like it might have a problem. I think there's a good one here. Just to make it easy, do you have access to Google Analytics? Is that something that we can access?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something that you guys kind of look over on a monthly basis or whatever.
Yes.
Okay, and how many website visitors are you getting right now on Google Analytics?
On average, about 30.
30,000.
Yeah.
Per month.
Yes.
Oh, so I mean, we have a massive pool of prospects to remarket to. It's the exponential leads will come from that without spending, having to invest into the lead providers or whatever, or buy more inventory, right? We can just extract that data and utilize that. So my, estimation here was, low, right? So here I was talking about this, it's 3x. So lead count grows, and the lead count comes from the website now or phone calls. So we're going to be driving people back to the website where, now their action is call or, text, live chat, right? Or go to car and, form submit. Although yesterday, I think I was on the website and I did not see a form submit. But either way, I mean, the point is, like, they come and like they come back to this car, right? If they were on this car, on this page, on this specific URL, see this thing, this URL is what Google Analytics picks up. And this is what this URL gives us the ability to follow the person car for car. So on Facebook, they're going to get this car. On Instagram, they're going to get this car. On Google Display Network, they're going to get this car. And in addition, whatever other content that we choose to utilize with remarketing.
So the products that you provide is the retargeting to the people that go to our website, right?
That's
what it is.
That's one.
That's one.
Yes.
What's number two?
Okay, so here, we can go through the outline of, basically what it is. Maybe it's this way. Do you see the screen here?
Got it.
Okay.
Tiffany, are we retargeting the customers right now that go to our website? Supposedly it's happening through Auto Trader, but okay, not as aggressive. Got it. So
There's no way you are, right? Like you're not, because you don't have the code, so the data is not being picked up.
the code is not there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, so basically, foundationally, what we do is we make sure that, call recording and tracking is set up, right? So again, that was like one question I had for you was, someone calls from your website, are all the phone leads being attributed to where they're coming from, right? So like this campaign is going to drive people back to your website, and on your website, their action is to call or text, right? So, having call recording and then making sure that there's attribution to the phone calls that are coming in. Like a lot of the time in my career, our biggest issue was when the phone would ring, the salesperson didn't enter the new phone call, and then it wasn't in the system. And then we couldn't, first of all, follow back up, but sometimes even just give attribution to which, marketing was working better versus the other, right? Like if cars.com might be performing better phone calls versus Car Gurus, etc. So, we focus in on that by setting up that. And if you may already have it, but then we just figure out how to get the attribution set up within what the call recording system that you already have. Then we move into remarketing, and basically, again, Google shopping. So we're going to take all your inventory and feed it live into Google, and feed it live into Facebook. So now your inventory is live as it gets updated every single day. It's in Google, and that's what gives us the ability, once it's in there, like this car is in Google. So when the person leaves, they pick this up, this whole URL, and they're able to follow this car for car as a remarketing, right? And the same thing with Facebook. Then we're talking about brand testimonials. If, again, different content that we create in terms of remarketing platforms, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, are available. Then we segment the audiences. We basically determine, okay, well, if a website visitor was on our, website today, over the next 7 days, let's push to him hard and maybe hit him 3 times in the next 7 days, for remarketing. And we're just running a remarketing audience to the people that are 7 days old from first visit. Then you could have a different creative to people who are 90 days old, right? Like they were on the website 90 days ago, 60 days, 30 days. So we break it down, we strategize what type of creatives we want to show to people based on how long ago they were on our website. And then we can take an extended look, if you want to push into the last 6 months, let's remarket 6 months and see, we can do a push to 6 months of data. End of the month, last week, you say, Nick, let's push hard. Let's put $500 on this ad spend with this offer to this audience. And, you do a lead gen campaign, or you do like a code in the ad to mention this specific promotion that you're running. And then we can have that creative run, to whatever audience, right? And that's based on website visitors. Same thing pretty much applies within the CRM system. It's, we go into the CRM system, we export the lead lists, we segment the audiences again, hot lead remarketing. You could have lost lead remarketing. Like you probably have lost leads that are dead. Let's just take that list and we're going to run it to that audience and see who we bring back to the website. And now initially, like that'll give you immediate clarity on, are we, marking our leads lost too quickly? I understand if we call them a bunch of times or whatever, 5 times over 15 days, they never responded to an email. Maybe it just wasn't, the right time, right? And now we put them lost and now there's no communication with those people, but in 90 days, they're going to buy a car. So point is, we have that opportunity and it's all flexible, right? Like we create, I have obviously my ideas and what I think will perform. And I will guide those ideas, and then we brainstorm and make decisions off of that. Then is what we were talking about, lead generation. Where Google Ads, we can focus on specific cars. Like if you have let's say you have an S560, we can run, like here's data search on Google for Mercedes S560 on a monthly basis. Like, Mercedes S560 for sale, there's 1,000 searches per month. And it costs 28 cents a click to be on the top of Google for that car. So we can say, hey, we have, 5 of these, let's push this. That's on Google Ads. And that's where lead gen comes and people go to the website and inquire from the website. So that's the type of push that we can do. And if you think 28 cents, for every $1 you're getting 4 website visitors, that's a great outcome for, a $100,000 car. So that's lead generation that we can execute. And again, strategically, think through, test and track. And, obviously they come to the website and become a prospect and we can remarket them if they don't inquire on the first visit. There's also the option to do, car buying from private people. It's more expensive to create lead gen from that. But again, just as an idea, right? Like if you had, I don't know, let's say you had 2,000 leads in a month and you had, 30% of them had a trade-in. And we, in our system in the CRM notates that we can run a we'll buy your car extra $500 for the next 7 days, to that specific audience. Also, we can track the people that are going to your website and clicking, sell my car. Let me just make sure that you have that as okay, sell your car. I remember seeing it. So, get trade-in value, right? So we can take this page, all the people that were on this page and run an ad just to them based on selling their car. So that's again, lead generation. And we can also have, in our, let's say in our local market, like our website coming up every time someone searches where they want to sell their car privately, we can be the top person coming up on Google. And that's lead gen for, buying people's cars off the street. And then we were talking about email marketing, CRM flow improvement, basically where, we advise on mass email strategies, text strategies where we can take, again, lost leads, 30-day leads to 60-day leads and create different type of campaigns and drips to them, that are sequenced and make sense. So that's free. There's no ad spend on that. That's just our expertise, and we can create that, right? Like we can create a 2 newsletters per month, let's say, that are relevant to the auto industry, load our videos into there and stuff like that. So again, a lot of creative things that we can work with. And then the organic social media is we would take and we would create the content for your organic social media on a daily basis. We could take over all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, your Google My Business profile, and we can create a piece of content relevant to your brand in the auto industry and distribute that once every single day. So you don't have to worry about keeping up with Instagram. Obviously, you can also post, if you're getting some, testimonials or something in the dealership that's happening live and you want to, post stories or whatever. But we would have, an organized, strategic, cohesive, distribution model for your social media so that it just would look uniform and everything would be precise, and then it would be distributed to all the available social platforms for free. That's not lead gen, that's not remarketing, that's just organic brand like upkeep in a way. Your brand's developed, you obviously have SEO and you have a bunch of website visitors, so everyone's busy. This would just be something that we specialize in, and we can just take it off your hands and make it simple. So that's basically what we talked about, Henry, as like, foundational. And then the video production, if we want to do video production, it's like a one-time, fee, and I can show you all the samples and all the different videos, and we can come in and shoot like, 30 different 1-minute videos that are testimonials, car industry related topics that bring educational value to the online prospect, right? And then we can embed them into our email follow-ups and have these robust email campaigns that have video inside of them of the salesperson. Let's say, like if you have, or the BDC reps or the salespeople, if a salesperson has a no sale, right? Like he'll have a YouTube little, each actual salesperson in your YouTube channel can have their own playlist. And if they have like 5-10 videos, or whatever we can develop further, but let's just say that each one has 5 like foundational value driven videos that we can create. That's something like from a follow-up perspective, instead of just saying, hey, I'm following up. I think it's in a YouTube video of them talking about, the context, like the value of whatever, right? Like, and for sure that'll increase excitement, conversion from the prospects, because a limited amount of people are doing that at the moment.
Let's say I get a video, would I be able to send that to your team to edit? Just because I know you just
Absolutely. We set up a Google Drive, you have access to it as soon as you have any kind of content. We'll train you just if you're familiar with Google Drive or whatever, but we can, that's simple. Like this comes with consulting. This comes with these type of Zoom calls where we come on, this is based on data. This is based on creative, and we do let's say at the beginning of once a week while we're launching, and then we do a call every 2 weeks, looking at Google Analytics, looking at our traffic, looking at our ads, talking about what is working, not working, what you potentially need some assistance with. Like I can just, I don't want to be I guess I'll show you this one thing, right? Like this is what I got yesterday as my response from the lead. So this is the email. I did a test lead yesterday, and like the website, right? Like we want to focus on, you have a bunch of website visitors, but like we can improve this, like we can make this look great. In the immediate moment when I click on this, it goes to broken link. So I'm, again, without being inside, I don't know why that's happening, but this is just something that I thought I'd bring to your attention, just as a like, thank you for your interest in the over here. I don't know what, it doesn't say the car.
Did you submit a lead with a car prospect? Or you just submitted a test lead?
Well, I just did it on the website. Like, I think I might have done a trade-in appraisal actually. So I think I just entered in the car info. Let me see. I did it on my phone. Yeah, I went through this process. Yeah, that's what I did. But I would say that, this can definitely, like the header could be clickable, right? It's going to the picture, and this is probably, if I was going car by car, this is probably the documents of the vehicle, I'm assuming, right? Like that should be, that's why it's probably broken, because I'm not inquiring on a specific unit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so just, you know, like phone numbers and, you know, social feeds would enhance this. But again, it's just you know, this is the easier part of kind of coming in and being able to. So anything else now not clear? Is there something that I went too fast on that you know want to circle back to?
No, I think you answered all my questions. In reference to the email, so you would be able, your team would handle that part. You'd be able to, you know, do the videos in the email. And how does it work specifically for texting though? I just want to make sure, can we send like?
Watch, I'm gonna text Henry. I'm gonna
in a specific campaign?
No, that's, yeah, like, yeah, you wouldn't be able to do a mass text with video inside of it. But definitely with the link to the website. I've done a test lead to AMG and to M Sport, I believe, in the last 2 days, and the texts are not coming with like the text from whoever's texting doesn't have the link to the website again. You know, which gives us the ability to bring people back to our website, right? It's a small thing, right? It's not like a big deal, but you know, in the scheme of things and the overall, you know, that's a minor adjustment that can have exponential returns, because again, now it's more important when you're remarketing. Like, you know, if you know something's being done with the website visitors, and each one website visitors gives us this exponential opportunity to show them our ad over, you know, every a 2-week segment 4 times without you having to take any human effort, with actual like car for car or a nice video, there's value. Now everyone's like sees this is like a complete, you know, we're a complete marketing system. Like, we're complete. Everything is checked off. Like, we know that no one's leaving our sphere, and every dollar we're investing is going to the right place. I just want to, sorry, I'm just getting distracted. I wanted to send you, like, and I think this is what you're asking. So if like I'm on YouTube, right, and I want to share a video, and let's just say this is the message I'm sending to Henry. It's like, hi Henry, check out this awesome new testimonial we just got out. This new awesome client testimonial we just got. Are you able to come in today? I'm just texting, sorry. Yeah, so see how it comes on his cell phone, like it's nice. I mean, the YouTube, I think they're, you know, depending on Android and iPhones and stuff like that, but most of the time this will give like this new enhanced communication system for, you know, transparency and like trust factor. You know, that's important in the auto industry, and just separating ourselves from all the noise, right? Like, we're competing, there's a dealer everywhere, right? And this will
watch the video. We'll have to leave 3 times. He's looking around about 2 hours. Okay. Okay. So keep going.
I think I'm pretty much there. You know, from a background, I spent the first I've been in the car industry since I was 18 years old until I was 34. So my first 16 years as an operator, you know, I've bought and sold a lot of cars. Henry knows my dad and our story. So I bleed the auto industry. So I'm not just like some technology nerd, even though I've become one in the last 5 years. But in terms of the auto business, it's in my blood, and I know the struggles are difficult, and all the work everybody puts in, and how the last week of the month and the last couple of days to try to, get our numbers to where we want to be, and get the people in our offices calling as much as we want them to, and 10 times per hour, or can we squeeze it to 12? Like, I get it. I just, I know that from a technical execution perspective, when we execute this for you, there will be exponential returns, because the people are just going to see us, and they're going to trust us, and we're going to be everywhere. And we're going to have a fully comprehensive system that covers everyone's back, basically. And then we can push unique strategic sale pushes, in situations where everyone is struggling. We can do a push and track it, and know exactly, and come at it with a data driven, but like transparent. We know we spent this, we had this impressions, and we had this website visitor, and then we see the website visitor called or chatted, because we know where they came from, right? And the day we execute the ads are telling us inside of Google Analytics that that's where the traffic is coming from. So it's all very, very precise and clean, and you have a massive data pool that I think this is going to be very rewarding.
I asked you that, but remind me, are you working with any dealerships in Jersey right now?
In Jersey, I'm not. No, I'm helping my longtime friend. He just did another high-end startup here in Florida. So I've been kind of, in terms of the automotive sector, preoccupied with launching him, but it's gotten my appetite for coming back into the auto industry, for sure. So this is the gap is there in the market, and the dealers that take this system are going to beat their local competitors for sure. So to answer again, no, I'm not working with anybody.
Right. How secure is our data working with you? Or
yeah, I mean,
how concerned should we be working with anyone? I mean, trust is key. Meaning, because it's our data. How do we know? And I don't mean you, I mean anybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the CRM.
Asking you is because you come from the car business.
Yeah.
But also you're in the marketing world. So how do we know that our data is not being sold to somebody else? Like CarGurus is doing that right now, right?
Of course, they're double selling leads, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's yes, I'm in the big data game, and it's not about, well, it's a great question. Your data is of your website, like it's in the hands of Facebook, it's in the hands of Google. Your CRM system is in the hands of the CRM. If there's this grundled rep at the CRM system, he can pull all the leads and send it to your competitor if you got a kickback of $1,000. Like, never heard of that happening, or how can you? But like your CRM leads, right? I'm exporting them and I'm uploading them. So there's that specific interaction happening. Or your BDC managers can export themselves I don't need access to the CRM. Like if they do a weekly export, then they send it and we upload it. But again, obviously the people's information is on there. It's all completely legal and in terms of execution and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I have a ton of stories, like people lose their hosting and their domains. It's a bunch of horror stories in my world that are happening to people. But it's, I haven't really heard of anything like too crazy happening that, with someone's data being like stolen and then used for gain. So yeah, I don't think it's a big issue. The most important, the criminal thing is not capturing the data and using it. That's like the thing that, not criminal, but it's just a wasted opportunity, I guess.
I get it. So I guess that's it. I mean, we're gonna talk probably a little bit today, but within the next 2-3 days. And then we're gonna reconnect and let you know which way we're going. By the way, this is costing us how much? Around 2,500, 3,000?
My retainer is $3,500 a month. And I'll send you
Plus-
the ad spend to follow the audience that you have, like we talked about. I think it's going to be $2,000 to $3,000 in ad spend. So you figure $6,000, $6,500 a month investment. How many cars can 90,000 website visitors and,
Are you out of the ad spend? Do you keep a percentage of that?
oh, no, absolutely not. We just upload your payment methods into Facebook and Google. And if you tell me, hey, Nick, we want to push more of this, that's not, I don't keep anything of ad spend.
Got it. All right. So, any questions?
No, you were very thorough. Thank you.
Absolutely. I appreciate your time and listening. And does it sound like something that you think can help?
Yeah, I told you, we've been talking about this. And we already had meetings with people.
Mhm.
And to be honest with you, we have had meetings with people that do this, but they do more than this. It's more like other things. But I don't know if we need that right now after the conversation we've had right now and that we've had before as well. Because it comes down to how effectively we can retain or retarget what we have, which is a massive amount. So just like what I was telling you before, why am I going to look for another 2,000 leads if I don't have a way to, process 2,000 more leads? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or why am I going to go out there and buy 2,000 more leads when I can regenerate another 2,000 leads from whatever we're generating internally from our website visits and everything else.
Right.
Which is why we're having this conversation, which is why I told you, calling when you called with your father was extremely relevant.
Yeah.
Meaning timing was excellent.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're gonna go into this and thank you.
Yeah, I'll email you the outline and just my, kind of evaluation of the market. And if you want to reconnect on another Zoom or, obviously we could just call and talk, and make it happen.
It's good. Thank you so much, man.
Okay. All right, Henry. Thank you. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.